So, welcome to the next episode of the KA86. Between the first video and this one, I somehow got it running right at 3 a.m. Took it to a drift event the next morning an hour away, proceeded to abuse it for a solid 9 hours, and made it home. I'm really surprised that it's back in one piece and didn't break down along the way. But that's the best way to learn stuff about your car. You gotta drive it and push it to the limit. So I learned a few things about this car that I want to show you guys, and here's some input about. So the first problem is it kind of takes a while to turn on, especially when cold, and it's really cold outside right now. Try and start it for you guys. Yes. Might be something with the fuel pressure because it's a larger fuel pump. If you hear, it's a lot better sounding, no misfiring. And my alternator isn't on yet. It's only at like 10.5 volts. You have to give it some beans before it turns on, so that when we drive it, it'll turn on. So I hope you can hear me. It's a little loud in here. Kind of sounds like there's some rocks in my transmission. Yeah, you hear that. Alternator's on now. Yeah, you hear that diff? Can I give it a little bit of load? Yeah, it looks like a turd. It's not very comfortable, but the only thing it's got is speed. Pretty decent sized motor for this little car. Makes it pretty good. This is my rear view mirror, which kind of fell off, so I just stuffed it in there for now. Also, this shifter is in an awkward location. Like, look at that second, it's like right there. And there's no button for this handbrake. I have to like lift it up and pull that up a little bit. Yeah, I can't do it with one hand. So from the long list of things to do on this car, painting the interior and exterior, it's pretty up there because I think just doing that will make the car look a lot nicer. Well, I got a few things. So here's some paint that I'm gonna shoot out with a spray gun, some 3M sponge pad thing for this whole sandpaper. Wait, hold up, what's this? A paint roller. Uh-oh. So I'm gonna be painting the interior gloss black. I'm gonna be rolling it on, see how it works out. This can was only like $7. It's just a paint roller. I'll see how well it works out, let you guys know if it's actually a valid way of painting it because it's really cheap and you don't have to worry about any overspray or anything. You just roll it on, you know? So let's get started. So you could easily tell why I want to paint the interior. I mean, that's like look at that, that's surface rust right there. And on the can it says it stops rust, so it's just in really bad shape in general. I'm gonna be sanding it down, making sure all the tar sound deadening is removed, and it should look pretty nice. I have no idea where to start. I pretty much want to paint the whole interior. It's gonna take a while to dry because it's really cold, so I'm not sure. I think I'll start by cleaning everything up and getting it ready for paint. So yeah, what I'm doing right now, there's basically a bunch of loose tar, which is sound deadening left over, which the previous owner didn't really take out. And that one was really easy. What I do is just use a hammer. And I don't really need any dry ice because it's so cold right now. So I was taking off this tar so I could get underneath where the rust is, so I would sand off all the rust and make it metal again. And this part kind of doesn't look too hot. There's a bit of rust. It's definitely beyond surface rust, but it's not too bad. There's no holes or anything. And that's another reason why I was thinking about doing that roll-on paint, because I could apply it pretty thick and it'll protect very nicely. So now I got some low grit sandpaper. I guess I'll just try to sand the rust off now. here's what I got. I got a drill with like a flap disc, whatever it's called. Make it all shiny now. So I did a bit more drilling last night and just cleaned it up, vacuumed it, wiped it off a bit. So that's what I got. There's still a bit of rust. It's kind of difficult for me to just do all of it, make it all metal because it's cold and everything. So I'll vacuum all the other stuff that I was breaking off, like there, and start cleaning it up and scuff it and paint it. So I got a drill with a Scotch-Brite pad thing. Try and clean up like all that loose stuff real quick. Just do that everywhere. Oh yeah, I can't take off the battery because it's riveted on, so I just gotta paint around it, I guess. So pretty much everything is scuffed. I try to get as much of like as I could off the headliner, but I tried to goof off and stuff. And it's pretty low. I don't think it'll show that much. I could put like a headliner over it anyways. So now I just gotta vacuum everything because like stuff was falling off from my headliner and wipe everything down and we start painting it.
Go ahead and crack this paint open and get to it.
Hey.
It's just like my soul. It ain't there for drifting, doesn't it?
No. It's gonna be thick. Oh. Yeah, we can try these brushes. Let's do that, I guess.
Background noise. Yeah, that's gonna be better.
After it settles, it's not bad.
Yeah, it'll flatten out, that's what I'm thinking.
But yeah. Oh yeah, disclaimer, we're not professional painters.
We're not professional painters, we are,
If you follow what we do, you might die.
You probably will die, actually. Guaranteed.
But I am open to criticism, because I always like to improve, so. But, yeah. Yeah, like, it's an improvement.
No matter what.
Basically, yeah. Like, literally no matter what. Unless we stop, like, halfway. And
it's still better than what it is now.
True. Ran out of space on the GoPro for the time lapse, so it's pretty much done. It's shrunk almost. I hope it stays glossy like this.
It's super glossy.
Yeah, a little less glossy, but that would be sick.
I think it's gonna stay glossy.
And with this brush on paint, we can make it pretty thick and it'll be really durable. So if I put like spares in here, it won't just like chip off and stuff.
Like my 240, we spray painted the trunk. Like
yeah.
Purple, like the second episode of it, and like I think the first episode actually.
We could show you.
And like it like chips so easy. Like when you put spares in there, it's all scratched up and stuff.
Yeah.
But this, I don't think it's gonna get even affected by it. So
you might have gone like through half of it only already, just for the back.
I think it won't use as much as we think for the inside, just because we did like all the corners and everything like crazy detail back here.
Yeah. So that back area, I'm trying to do the roof and stuff.
Oh, it's a pain.
Yeah, like with the brush, it's pretty hard. Probably would have been easier to paint the top and then just brush the bottom part.
Probably the easiest, honestly, is just tape off the windows and just spray paint it. So we were trying something new.
That looks pretty good.
It looks great actually. When it like flattens out and it's thick, like you gotta put it on thick so it flattens out nice.
Yeah.
When it flattens out, it's
But it's hard to do it up there then.
yeah.
It's really dark also, so this paint job doesn't turn out well. It's because of that. Me doing it in the dark. No regrets really so far, except the roof. It's kind of hard to do. Alright, it's been 2 days, and here's how it looks. It's pretty dry. Well, I still like push it in with my fingernail if I really try, so it's not all the way hardened. But I'm really surprised how glossy it is. I like it. That's pretty sick. And I didn't finish the side the night or two ago. I should probably do a second pass on some areas. And if you want to do this paint job with the bucket and brush it on. So like you see, it's thick right here, but there's no brush marks, and it's kind of runny. And like I was doing this in the dark, so that's why it's pretty bad. But here it's a bit thinner, and you can see brush marks. But that's really only because it's like an angled surface. Like on the level surfaces, it's pretty good. You don't have to worry about anything running or anything. I'm pretty happy with how it is. I'm not sure what to do about the roof. I think it doesn't look too bad if I do it thin, maybe like 2 layers thin. Alright, I think it's all painted up and stuff. Once I started to get the hang of it. Oh yeah, it's pretty reflective, so it's kind of hard to see on camera. But I'm pretty happy with it. Like, especially on the floors. It kind of looks junk though, because there's some stuff underneath it that wasn't perfectly clean. Over there is a good bit smoother, so it looks pretty nice. I could just like slather it on like real thick to hide all the stuff, and it works, but that's kind of just probably not a good idea. Look at that. The roof, not a good idea to do. I'm gonna try to wet sand it later. I didn't do the doors yet. I might do it later too. That's pretty nice. So much better than before. So, some of you guys might want to know what my plans are with this car, and they're pretty ambitious, I guess. I want to try to make this car as nice as possible, and some of you might laugh, like paint it with a paint bucket and a brush. If I could get like the whole interior back for this car, I'd be a very happy man. So I want to make it nice and be able to do like a good number of things with it, like drift it, drive it on the street, maybe even daily drive it. So it's pretty ambitious. If I could take it to the track or something, autocross, you know, just do anything I want with it. Well, I'll also have to paint the exterior. I think so far I'll just primer on the outside and leave it like that for a bit until it gets warmer, because it's like starting to become winter. Well, it is the beginning of the winter. And I'll paint it like spring with like decent paint. Then I'm gonna get a bucket seat probably pretty soon. I need steering wheel. I wanna make some door cards. That should be pretty sick. I wanna fix the dash. You know, just do a lot of stuff. Wheels and tires would be nice, as always. I want to try to make my speedometer work with an Arduino and stuff like that. That'd be pretty sick. Oh yeah, and for that shifter, one of you guys commented that I could use a Nissan hardbody transmission and move it forwards. And that looks a pretty good idea, because I probably need to replace that transmission because some kind of bearing is bad inside, I believe, which causes that noise. The rear end of this car, I don't know how long it'll last. Hope it doesn't break or anything. I need to find a bumper, because it's kind of illegal right now, I think. I need to make crash support. The fender, mine's kind of janky. This is a bit bent up. Then I should also fix some wiring and stuff. Overall, I want to make it a nice car. But might be a bit hard to do. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. There's been a lot of views on that video. Our channel gained a lot of subs. I want to thank you guys. Hope you stick around. See you next time.